I bought Konami and forced them to make better Blue Eyes support.
Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be doing a sink or swim marathon, but first we're going to be talking about new shark cards, and we're going to get right into things. Okay, so not yet out in MasterDuel, but coming soon are a bunch of new shark cards. We're going to go through them, the best ones. We're going to talk about what they are, what they do, how sharks are going to look, and then sink or swim. Everyone's been sending me replays. If you want to send a replay, instructions in the description. Today we'll be watching the replays. We'll be ranking them, giving them sink or swim ratings, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, new sharks. We got the Drake shark, first of all right? Very excited for this one. It is Shark Poplar. If it's added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon this Drake shark. Amazing. It also has another really cool effect. It can be treated as 2 materials for the XZ summon of a water monster that uses 3 or more materials. So this effect is going to be really cool, and we'll talk about what XZ monsters that you can use this with later. And then it also says, once per turn, the monster that is made with this XZ monster has this effect. Once per turn, detach 2 materials, target a spell trap, and attach it to this card as material. And this effect is really amazing because these water decks, I've noticed a lot of them very, very weak to back row. And having inherent spell trap interaction with this Drake Shark is going to be really good. You're going to be getting rid of all the annoying spell traps that are bothering you. And I think this is amazing. All around, 10 out of 10. Shark Poplar. Love it. Let's go on to the next shark on the list here. Now I'm looking at a second place OCG shark deck list. So this is like top tier sharks. So we're going to go through the deck list after we go through all the new sharks. Next one we got Surfacing Big Jaws. If this card is used as the XZ summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or 5 monster. A lot of sharks have this effect. Sometimes you use it, usually you don't use it. Usually you just want to make level 4s, but that's fine. And then it has another effect during your main phase. If a spell was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. So it summons itself for free if you used a spell, which is something we do quite a lot in shark decks. And there's also some new spells that are going to be making this easier to activate. Also locks it into XZs. Now that's not a problem. We're playing sharks. We don't care about that. Has another effect. If it's normal or special summoned, you can add a fish shark monster from your deck to your hand. So you already know, like, this is we had Shark Poplar already. This is Shark, the other one, the level 1 that adds a thing to your hand. All right, the one that adds Poplar. You get this, you add your Poplar to the hand, your Shark Poplar, and then you summon it for free. So we're gonna be playing 3 of these for sure. Konami, don't make these ultra rares all, please. Make them some nice juicy SRs, or maybe some N rarities. We also got the Maxi 2. Mulcharmy is here. We're going to talk about that later. Once Maxi is banned, look at this 2. I love it. All the way to 0. One day to 0. 7th Ascension. All right, this card is already in MasterDuel, but right now it is pretty useless because it says it takes a spell trap, a Barian spell trap, and adds it to your hand or places it on top of your deck. And right now there's nothing really good to get with that, but there will be something good. We got the 7th Tachyon. What does this say? New card. Not out yet. Reveal a number monster in your extra deck that has a number between 101 and 107. So we got those. That's easy. And then add a monster with the same type or attribute as the revealed monster and a level equal to its rank from your deck to your hand. This, and then you have to place a card from your hand on top of your deck. All right. So this card is it adds any shark to your hand. Alright, you go -1, but you add any shark to your hand. You do have to put a card from your hand on top of the deck, but you're searching any shark. So you're searching your best sharks, you're going to be having a great time. Alright, this is ultra gas. So you can 7th Ascension, get the 7th Tachyon, and then you're doing golden stuff. And then your guy summons itself for free. So if you activate this, get your Surfacing Big Jaws, special summon itself for free, get Shark Poplar. Shark Poplar summons itself for free. Now you got a free rank 4. You haven't even done your shark plays. You still have other cards in your hand. You're doing good. We also got the Reincarnate Unveil Mail. This is an equip spell. You're searching it. You can search it with the other spell, so that's why it's in the deck. It's treated as an Armored XZ card. So this is your Armored XZ card you can search for. Gives your monster, can't be destroyed by battle, gives your monster once per turn. If it battles, quick effect, return an equip card to the hand, and then exi summon a water monster. So you can use this to do some shenanigans. It's probably good enough to play at 1, probably not necessary to play in more copies than that. So Konami will make this an N rarity card, and you'll be able to have as many copies of it as you want. All right, what else do we got? We got the Dominus Impulse. This is not a shark card, but it is shark support because it is a hand trap that you can activate from your hand for free, and it prevents you from activating light, earth, and wind monster effects for the rest of the duel. But what are sharks? They are not light, earth, or wind. They are water. So this is generic water deck support. Now, I'll just read what it does so that you know what it's going on. But it says if your opponent controls a card, you can activate this from your hand. When a card or effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons, negate the effect. Then if you have a trap in your graveyard, destroy that card. So this is kind of like an imperm that negates special summon effects. I think there's a whole cycle of these Dominus cards. They all lock you into non-light, earth, or dark. So you can play these in pure fire decks, and you can play these in pure water decks. Not sure why winds are excluded, but maybe someone will explain that to me later. Is Konami really worried about winds, or they just don't want wind to ever be good? All right. We also got the Virtue Stream. What does Virtue Stream do? It says target a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control, and 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Now, normally this would be a very terrible effect, but thankfully this has a second effect in the graveyard. Banish it from your graveyard, target a face-up monster on the field. It is a water monster. The next time it'd be destroyed by a card effect this turn, it is not destroyed. Otherwise, its attribute becomes water. So this water attribute changing effect, you can actually use to target your opponent's monsters to make them water, which could matter if your opponent's playing a deck that cares about attributes. So Virtue Stream, popping your own fish, popping your opponent's monsters, it is something people are using. I mean, it's used in OCG. If I read this, I would say this is probably not that good, but hey, people are using it, so it must be good. At least at 1. We'll give it a shot. In the extra deck, there are 2 new sharks we want to talk about here. All right, we're going to talk about the La Virtue Dragon first. La Virtue Dragon, all right, says if it's special summoned, you can add a Virtue Stream from your deck to your hand. All right, well, that's why we're playing Virtue Stream. It is searchable with the La Virtue Dragon. Also says activate one of these effects, detach a material, add a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your graveyard to your hand. So graveyard to the hand. Very interesting. We have a lot of ways to get fish into the graveyard, like lifeless leaf fish, sending fish to the graveyard directly. So this is something we could take advantage of that way. Also, has an effect, target 2 Exima monsters on the field, detach a material from one, and attach it to the other as material. I think this first effect is the one that's going to be used in the combos. Also, obviously, we're adding the Virtue Stream, so we're going to have guaranteed interaction for the opponent's turn. We're getting that trap added to the hand. We are popping our own fish to pop our opponent's cards. And with all these fish popplers going around, we'll be able to summon our fish for free, and so we'll have lots of bodies. Very sweet. So the Virtue Dragon, excellent. Also, lets you rank up into the Armored Sharks. So you can make this using your level modulating sharks, and then use its effect, search, add a thing from your graveyard to your hand, and then you can rank it up into your Armored Shark package, your Armor Fortress, and then detach, search for the armor traps. We already talked about the Reincarnate Unveil Mail. You already know about the Full Armored Exi. So both great search targets. We got the rank up again into the Dark Knight Lancer, so you know what you'll be doing. So then what is the other array shark card? Well, finally we'll be playing Shark Drake in the deck. Shark Drake currently is not played because it is terrible and very difficult to summon, but once you have a shark that counts as 2 materials, you can summon Shark Drake, and you might even use its effect. All right, what does it say? If it attacks and destroys a monster by battle, you can detach a material from the card and then steal the opponent's monster. So that is pretty sweet. And like I said, it gains an additional effect to pop spell traps. So you might be Shark Draken and pop an opponent's spell traps, stealing their monsters. All around love it. Shark Drake, savagely unplayed right now, but will be played in the future. And then we got the rank up number C32 Shark Drake, a Levice. You can summon it by discarding a spell and using a rank 4 Shark Drake monster you control. So you'll be summoning Shark Drake and ranking it up into better Shark Drake, but better. And then what does this do? Quick effect, detach a material, target an effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, make its attack and defense 0. So just completely destroys a monster's ability to do anything useful. And then it can make a second attack during each battle phase, and if it attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So you can turn your opponent's monsters into 0 attack, 0 defense, and then pierce over, deal some amazing battle damage, and you're going to be ranking up your sharks. You're going to be having a great time, and you're going to be winning because this is a OCG second place, so this deck is pretty solid. All around, really loving the new shark cards. I hope they come out soon in MasterDuel. And that's the end of the new card discussion. Now we're going to get to the sink or swims. All right, on to the sink or swims. We're going to be watching these duels. We're going to be deciding. All right, normally I don't step in and decide. I've been letting the crowd, I've been letting the audience decide, but now I'm going to step in. I'm going to decide who is the sink and who is the swim. We are watching Azurabyss play, going first. We've been hit by the Max C. We are playing Ice Jades. We got some very interesting cards. What is this? Elemental Burst. I've seen people use this with Transaction Rollback, and we are playing Transaction Rollback. We have no way to activate this on the field. We need opponent to pop it, or we need to pop it somehow, get it in the graveyard, and then we can activate it with Transaction Rollback, destroy opponent's entire field. Ultra Regeki. Amazing, ultra, super amazing Regeki. Let's see if we can pull it off. Let's go. Continue. Please continue dueling. Speed things up, opponent. We have no interaction here. Unless opponent gets a trap in their graveyard somehow. And opponent is playing U-Bells. Are we fully cooked? We have Ice Jade Adrian here. We have currently nothing. So we need opponent to pop our back row. If they pop all our back row, then we can Raigeki their entire field. So let's hope that's what happens. Opponent going into the Unchained Soul. Who knows? Maybe opponent won't be able to get lethal. Maybe they mess up the line. You can always believe that opponents have the ability to mess up their plays. Looks like they're doing it right so far though. Unchained Solar Rage. Getting the Escape. Although I think this is a going first line. You're supposed to make the access code the talker. And you're supposed to access the codes and then pop your opponent's entire field if you're going second, but we'll see. Opponent getting the Gruesome Grave Squirmer. Popping their U-Bell to summon a U-Bell from the deck. Getting a U-Bell. And alright, they know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! They're going into Unchained Soul Anguish. They are yoinking the Ice Jade. They targeted the Ice Jade, so we get to special summon a water from our hand or graveyard. We're going to special summon the Sea Mare. Sea Mare is going to Rhoda. It's going to... Not Rhoda, sorry. Foolish Burial, I think. Are we playing Tearlaments? That's the question. Hold on. If we're playing Tearlaments, we actually get to do plays here. Because this is going to go to the graveyard, summon a Tearlament, and then we can Tearlament and have some plays. Are we playing Tearlaments? Let's see. We are Foolish Barreling. We're playing Transaction Rollback. We may be playing Tearlaments. Alright, Shiren is here. Fusion Summon. Opponent didn't expect us to interact with them. Very curious why we didn't activate the Sea Mare going first then. We just summoned our Ice Jade. We could have Fusion Summoned on our turn. Wouldn't that have been more fun? Well, it's always more fun to Fusion Summon on the opponent's turn. Rokolos is here. Opponent summoning Phantom U-Bell to negate the Rokolos. We're going to activate negate. Opponent is going to negate the negate. Oh, just kidding. They're not going to negate the negate. Gruesome Grave Squirmer is negated. The effect of Rokolos in the graveyard is going to activate. Opponent is going to negate that. Okay, that is also something that makes sense. Opponent negating our Tearlament. Our Tearlament Sadness has now resolved. Opponent summoning U-Bell. Actually, you know what? We wanted that to die. We intentionally wanted this to die so that we don't die to the U-Bell damage. This was a big brain play, secretly. Opponent popping our Transaction Rollback just like we planned. Just like we planned it. Opponent is going to pop our Elemental Burst in the end phase with the Unchained Abomination. Pop it, pop it. You know you want to. Yes! And now we get to activate Transaction Rollback. Opponent's probably like, oh no. This is when they learned they messed up. Pop the whole field. Everything is destroyed. You know what? This is pretty epic. I love big brain playing your opponent into messing up. So opponent has 9 cards left in their extra deck. Do they have a second copy? Alright, do they have a second copy of some Link monster? Yeah, okay, they do. They are going to have Link monsters they can make. I don't know why I'm even thinking that might be an option. We're going to Ice Jade Adrian. Opponent, if you target this, we get to summon our Supreme Sea Mare from the graveyard and do things. Opponent, we're summoning the Ice Jade Manifestation. Opponent has a monster on the field, we get to summon an Ice Jade. And then if Ice Jade leaves the field, we get to activate the second effect, banish a card opponent controls. We get our creation, opponent yoinking it, going into a SP Little Knight to banish another card, but we're going to also banish a card. SP Little Knight shuffling the real close into the banish zone. We gotta get our terminology right. All right, you shuffle real close straight into the banish zone, and then we're going to battle. We are equipping from the graveyard the Ice Shade creation. And what do these traps do? All right, what is this? I've never seen this card in my life. Vivid Tail. Target a card you control. Return it to the hand. That's off to a bad start. Is this SP Little Knight in this art? What is SP Little Knight doing in the art of this card? All right, if this card is in your graveyard, target a face-up card you control. Set this card, but banish it when okay, you know what? We're not going to read this. We're going to see what it does if we activate it. Discordance of the Tistina. Okay, I played Tistina, and I don't remember using this card. So is this a bad card? It gets Tistinas. We'll see. All right, we're going to see. Are we playing Tistinas in this deck list? This deck list is madness. Bestial Baldrake. Summoning. Bestial Druid Swarm. Summoning. Samsara D Lotus. Summoning. Ubel. Again, the Ubel field spell. The Nightmare Pain, not the field spell. Nightmare Pain going to pop a Ubel. Just kidding. Opponent is not going to pop a Ubel. They are just going to go straight to battle. Attack into our very thick Ice Jade, which will kill us. Okay, so we got to stop that from happening. Ice Jade Aeterine. Summon the Supreme Sea Mare. Supreme Sea Mare, start Tearlamenting. Fusion Summon. Summon our Kiklos. Okay, and Kiklos is going to do what? Opponent, Baldrake, Tribute, Kiklos effect. Send to the graveyard. Oh, we're adding to the hand a Rhino Heart. Wait, how do we not die from this battle? Oh, okay, hold on. This does something. Right. We can bounce a card to our hand. So we're going to bounce our creation to the hand zone to dodge the damage, reduce the damage all the way down. And now we can re-equip it from the hand. It is a quick effect to boost the attack back up. That is some amazing play, all right? We bounced our own thing to the hand with the Vivid Tail. Never would have... This is like anime, all right? No one would ever do this. This seems like it would never happen. And yet somehow it was the exact card we needed for that specific situation. What a classic anime moment. Azure Abyss. You've already achieved swim. You've already achieved swim status by the amazingness of this duel against Ubel. But will you actually win the game? That is also an important step, but not necessary, but important. All right, Fallen of the Testina. We are literally playing. Hold on, we're playing 60 card. We got to be playing grass. Playing Fallen of the Testina. Are we gonna go full Testina? Testina is a going second deck. We flip our opponent's entire board face down, and then send it all to the graveyard, and then attack them for a billion damage. The Crystal God is here. Opponent is summoning a Ubel from the deck. It's a bit late, opponent, to summon a Ubel. Here's a Ubel. Alright, Ubel Terra Incarnate is here. I don't think that's going to do anything. I don't know where this Sentinel came from, but it is in the graveyard. It is searching for the Crystal Testina Demigod. It is going to summon itself for free because we control the Crystal God Testina. We are searching for the Testina Continuous Spell. We're flipping them face down, just like I said. We're getting the Crab. Crab Tribute Summon. Tribute Summon their monster, and opponent is fully cooked. Wow, I love that. Ice Jade, Testinas. Testinas is a very fun deck. Ice Jade, Tearlament, Testinas. Never would have thought to make this deck list, but it worked out perfectly. And we even did the transaction rollback play with the opponent pop in our own back row. Beautiful. Love it. Azure Abyss, you have been graced with a sync. Thank you for providing us with this amazing duel. Let's go on to the next one. All right, on to the next duel. We got our friend Neptune here to show us some quality Umi content, I am sure. Neptune has never let us down before. Last time, Neptune played the Goaty deck that had some sort of ridiculous Goaty combo using all the nimble monsters. So let's see what we are doing today. Tearlament Umi, love it. This was one of my favorite Umi decks when Umi and Tearlaments came out. I definitely experimented with Umi Tearlaments. Tearlament's just such a powerful engine. Milling 1,000 cards to the graveyard is just so fun. Here we go, milling. Here we go, milling again. Let's just mill 10 cards. Just let's go. Let's mill it all. We got our Jelly Negate in case opponent decides to pull some shenanigans. We're going to mill a billion cards. We're going to activate all our cards in the graveyard. search for all the things we want. We're probably going to search for an Umi. I thought, oh, we do have Umi. All right, we got the Sea Cell 2. Thought this was Umi for a second. It's the Primeval Planet. We're going to get our Meta Noise. We're going to get our Shyren. Shyren going to discard the Tremora and summon itself, milling even more cards. We're going to link off into the Exe Monster. Not a Link Monster, Dugaris. Detach. Send a Shyren from the hand to the graveyard that we drew. Fusion Summon into the Rokolos. Luck Hacks. Link into a Cross Sheep. We got more. Wait, hold on. We got no more plays? Okay, I thought we had more plays. Because usually when you Cross Sheep, you have more plays. But I guess we're just resting. We're doing resting now. Opponent also playing Tearlaments. We got the Tearlament negate. We got Cross Sheep to, I guess, trigger when we summon Rokolos from its own effect. Opponent. Grief. Maybe they're playing budget Tearlaments. No, not with this many Ultra Rares. Opponent sending a Tearlament. And we are activating. Flipping face down the Shyren. Does this matter? Not sure why flipping the Shyren face down matters, but we do get to send a Tearlament from our deck to the graveyard to trigger. And this stops our opponent from linking. Can't link with a face down. Kaleido Heart gets to spin away the Magician Souls, trigger the Sheep, trigger the effect of the Primeval Planet to pop their Primeval Planet. Very efficient, very smart plays. But you are just playing Tearlaments. I know you summoned a Jellyfish earlier. I guess the Jellyfish came back during the battle phase. But Jellyfish was just there. He was there as support, mental support. All right, this is Tearlaments. All right, Neptune. Look, I love Tearlaments. I love Umi. This was a good game, but this was not a display of the power of Umi. All right, you just used Jellyfish to special summon the Tearlament Rhino Heart that you could have normal summoned. So, I love you, but we're gonna give you a sync today because I know you can do better. I do love you though. Keep it up. Let's go on to the next duel. All right, on to the next game. We got a beautiful Goaty hand sent to us by Penguin. All right, Penguin, show me the Goaty plays. What amazing Goaty plays do we have? Opponent hitting us with the Maxi. Do not love to see that. Let's just go into the Lifeless Leaffish and then do nothing, right? Yeah, Lifeless, send, Shift, activate Shift, and then we're just gonna do Goaty plays on opponent's turn. We're not gonna do this now. Do not. Okay, there we go. All right, we're good. We got our own Maxi. We got Effect Veiler. We got our Goaty plays lined up. This is why Goaty's is a good deck. Opponent's second Maxi. Such a toxic card. You know what? We're gonna slap Maxi too. You're gonna Maxi us. We're gonna Maxi you. Opponent Emergency, dodging the sea, dodging the sea with the Emergency. We got Chain Link 3 of the sea. Or was that Chain Link 3? Oh, Chain Link 4. C on Chain Link 4. All right, Maxi, Shift. They dodged the Maxi, but they did not special summon. Reinforcements of the army adding to the hand. Airlifter. Airlifter gonna get not lifting. It's Turbulence time. Okay, well, Effect Veiler is here to negate the Turbulence effect to set. We can also Synchro Summon to banish it, but we're just gonna we're gonna negate the Turbulence. I would have in this position maybe I would have maybe banished it because you could fish banish. And then opponent may not have a follow-up play. And now this Airlifter is going to normal summon and add the spell, So they're doing stuff now. When we could have banished it. I guess the risk of banishing it is that opponent could do shenanigans and summon Turbulence again if they didn't activate. But you never know. All right, we're not Goatying. We're just going to let our fish die. We can't activate Evenly Matched because we have this Reincarnation on the field. Maybe we should have not used it. Guess we'll find out. Ice Jade Ron, Adrian is here. Let's send a fish to the graveyard to special summon a fish. Let's summon our second fish by summoning a fish from the graveyard that shares a name with a fish we control. Opponent containing. They just happen to hard draw these hand traps. These Rescue Ace traps. Contain is the one that targets a monster and then makes its effects negated. So our beautiful fish is not going to be a tuna. Sag. Opponent, Emergency. We can't summon our Agerine. We don't have a water monster to discard. What are we going to do? Opponent negated our fish, so we have no tunas, but we can link. We're going to Abyss Keeper. What are we going to do? We are going to banish the opponent's Rescue Ace. We're going to pop the opponent's Hydrant. We're going to shuffle and draw. Okay, draw any water monster. Come on, I believe. Any water. That is a Maxi. All right. Well, we got evenly matched now. Evenly matched set. Opponent Bonfiring into Snake Eyes Pilot. Wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Opponent, you're playing Rescue Ace. Okay, yeah. They play this. They play Fire Snake Eyes Poplar. Just free. Let's slap him with the Maxi again. You Maxi us twice, we Maxi you twice. The fairest card in the game. Cyframe Gear Gamma is looking sad with the Abyss Keeper on field. Maybe it'll die and we can negate something. Opponent, Black Witch. Gonna get Witching. Searching. Poplar coming back. This is not Shark Poplar. This is Snake Eyes Poplar. Where is Shark Poplar, Konami? What's the other one? Earlier in the video, I forgot what this one was. Ash. That's the one that adds the Poplar to the hand. Evenly matched, forcing opponent to banish a card. I guess they really wanted to keep the Fire Hydrant. Wait, hold on a second. All these Rescue Ace cards say if you control a Rescue Ace monster. If you control Rescue Ace Hydrant. Okay, so Hydrant is still Hydrant in the back row, so that they can still get the second effects of these traps with Hydrant in the back row. So that's pretty cool. All right, cool opponent. Very cool. I love that. Let's activate our Distant Deepest Depths. Banish a fish in the graveyard to add a fish to our hand. Again, the Shift. Opponent, if they activate a monster effect, we could negate with Cypher and get your Gamma, but looks like we're just going to go into the old classic Gamir Agerine. Now, if opponent activates an effect, we can activate in response, banish the card. And our monsters can't be banished or destroyed. Opponent resummoning the Diabellstar Black Witch. That is going to search for a Snake Eyes card. Set it to the field. And opponent is done. Alright, very cool. Unfortunately, we cannot activate in the damage step the Jameer Adrian's effect. So, otherwise we would have activated and then banished this Diabellstar probably. Opponent. Sinful Spoils. All right, well we're gonna banish that and stop our monsters from being destroyed, but we do get pushed into the back row still. But now our Cypher Gear Gamma is live. If opponent activates a monster effect, we can Cypher Gear Gamma it. That's pretty good. Opponent drawing a card for free because that's what Snake Eyes does. Opponent, ooh no, Triple Tactics Talent. Okay, good. I was very worried that opponent would choose look at your hand and steal your Cypher Gear Gamma, but they did not do that. They chose Pot of Greed. And is greed good? We'll find out. We'll find out if greed pays off. Getting a second Sinful Spoil Subversion, which they're really playing two of this? Oh no, they shuffled it back into the deck. They shuffled it because, okay, yeah, Snake Eyes, they shuffle back the banished cards. Very sad. Alright, we're going to take some slap damage. Not lethal though. Non-lethal slap damage. Can we draw the out? Second Cypher Gear Gamma. Okay, well, at least we got the Deepest Depth. Banish a fish, add a fish to the hand, opponent rudely negating. We're going to negate the negate with the Cypher Gear Gamma. Love it. Opponent gonna wait a minute. 3 Max C. This is Max C number 5. We're gonna negate the negate. Wait, hold on. Are we playing 2 Cypher Gear drivers? Because I think to resolve the effect we need the second. Hold on. We're negating Max C. We're getting the driver, and then we're not gonna negate Ash Blossom, so we're not gonna search for a fish. Okay, that is acceptable. Well, let's summon the Cypher Gear Gamma. Negate unless we have a second. Okay, yeah, we don't have a second one. Okay, just checking. We let it get negated. We're going to Schminkro summon into the Excel. We are going to go into a 10. Opponent, how dare you do this? Rescue Ace Impulse. Gonna Rescue Ace, summon a Rescue Ace to the field from the deck. It's the Fire Attacker. We're going to get back our Gamma Gear. We're going to make a Baron de Fleur, the most goatiest of monsters. Let's go to battle. Opponent containing. We're going to negate the contain. We're going to pop this Fire Attacker. And I guess we're going to pop the remaining back row after. Pop the remaining back row. Opponent, Snake Eyes Sinful Spoil Subversion is gone. Are we going to summon a card from our graveyard? Because we could summon the Excel Synchro Stardust with our Baron in the standby phase and get this Excel Synchro Stardust back. And then we could activate its effect to tribute it and special summon a Stardust Dragon. Then immediately Synchro Summon into any level 10. Or just, it's a level 8, so we could Synchro Summon the Deepion. We are doing it. We are taking the Stardust Dragon back. We are activating our shift. We are nuking the field. Except of our beautiful Deepest Depth this thing. And opponent. Sat in one singular sad back row. And our biggest Deepion is coming back. The Deepion is here. We can search for another fish with the Deepest Depths. But opponent doesn't want to see it. They are done. You know what? This was classic GOATY gameplay, and I love it. Penguin, thank you for sending this. You have earned yourself a swim. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, our next duel was sent to us all the way from Xbox Nation. This pro gamer literally sent me a screenshot of their Xbox TV that had their gamer code on it. And you know what? I love that. Abaith, thank you for sending us this replay. We are playing Hugin, we're playing Goaty Runix, and we're getting slapped by the Cyframe Your Gamma. So we had the option to negate the Gamma with the Ash Blossom. So the way this works is Ash Blossom negates the effect of Cyframe to summon. They can still activate the summon again, the Cyframe Your again, but they can't activate it in response to the Ash that they just activated it for. So we are letting this resolve, which means opponent is going to negate our Hugin. Hugin is going to be sad and die, and we are not going to get to search the field spell, but we are going to get to activate a second Flashing Fire and summon the Doge. Doge go into the Ariane post, and we get to activate Ariane post, banish the Sykes come back, and we're just goatying. Alright, we didn't even need to Ash Blossom and keep the runic stuff going, because we would rather have goaty plays available and not have opponents Cyframe Your goaties. I love that. Alright, Snopios is here, we got the Ariane post, we got the Keef. Keef is going to get banished, it's going to come back on the next turn. And do we have any tunas? We do. We have a Schiff tuna coming back. We got the Keef coming back. So if opponent activates a if opponent special summons a monster, we can target that monster in one of our fish that's banished. Well, so we can't do that yet. We got to have a fish banished. Opponent playing the King Sarcophagus, trying to add a Horus to the hand. We're gonna negate the Horus effect to add. Negate the Horus effect to add, and opponent grass is greener. I was about to say, alright, I was about to say this is bait. I was about to say, never negate this. This is bait. Just banish it, or don't even worry about the Horus stuff. They usually always have the Horus spell in hand anyway. But the bait was even worse. Literally grass is greener. Opponent milling their entire deck into the graveyard. We're going to have to be extremely skillful to not die to this. We do have our goaty banish. We do have Keith potentially available later to negate something. But we only have the Schiff. How do we do this? How do we do this? We can Schiff and Sykes, and I guess we got this in the hand, the Snopios. Opponent, what are you doing? They're playing Tearlaments. Alright, Kikalos is here. Now, fun fact, alright. If you Snopios and target Kikalos, then it doesn't go to the graveyard, so its effect to mill, I think, doesn't trigger. It says if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can mill. So if you hit it with the Snopios, it doesn't go to the graveyard, it goes to the banish zone, doesn't mill. So fun fact, we do not have 2 fish to banish to summon Snopios right now though. Opponent, they're milling. We're not even gonna, yeah, okay, we are gonna do this. So opponent is searching with the Kikalos, I think. I think that was the first effect that activated here. Yeah, okay. So we're going to banish it before it gets to activate the ignition effect. That is acceptable. Alright, that is a very skillful play. Banish our fish. Banish the Kikalos. And now that we have the banished fish, our Keef is live. So we can summon this Sykes. We also have the Zep in the hand. We got a secret additional synchro because we have the Snopios. We have the Zep. We can banish it, banish another fish, and summon. And that'll trigger the Zep. We do need another fish in our graveyard though. Sykes, activate, add to the hand the Paces. Paces get banished for later. Opponent, see, they always have it. They always have the Horuses. I mean, they did mill their entire deck into the graveyard, but this is why I say you never negate the Sarcophagus. We're gonna banish the Horus. Opponent playing Bish Astrolaud. How did you summon this? Special summon by banishing the above cards from your Visa, Stark Frost, and 1 monster with 1500 attack, 2100 defense. Should we be playing Vsauce to play this? Is this even good? It's 3000 attack, but what does it do? Target a monster on the field, destroy it, and it gains attack. Okay, I mean, that's fine. We're going to dodge, obviously. So it just kind of forced our little play here. We're going to synchro summon the White Aura Whale. White Aura Whale is not going to activate because it was a chain. It missed at the timing. Alright, Konami, please fix your game. This is stupid. This should not work this way. Alright, White Aura Whale does nothing because of the timing. Shiren, milling a bunch of things, triggering a Rhino Hurt. Now, remember, we have one sneaky additional action here. Snopios, banish a fish from our graveyard, banish the Zep, synchro summon with the Zep. And we can make a deep beyond and nuke their entire field, which is going to be super awesome, but we have to make sure they don't summon the Tearlament thing, this one. If they summon Tearlament this one, then they negate our summon effect and we don't do the fun things. Opponent. Adding Tearlaments to the hand. Adding a Tearlaments. We got water effects in the background. Don't worry about that. Havness. Fusion summoning. Into the Tearlament we don't want to happen. Okay, no. It's the Kaleido Heart. Alright, we're good. We're good. Kaleido Heart is fine. Shuffling our fish back in the deck. Thank you. We'll use it again later. We'll actually activate its effect next time. Crow's Sheep is here. Opponent getting a Primeval Planet. Primeval Planet getting Rhino Heart. Opponent going to keep Fusion summoning. Rhino Heart activating. Oh, just kidding. They're Synchro summoning now. Opponent getting back the Monadium, and now we're going for it. Before they get to Synchro summon, we're going to summon. We're going to activate. We're going to Banish the entire field. And opponent is going to be fully Mega Cooked. They got 2 cards left in the hand. All their good Tearlaments are gone. Grass is greener was not green enough. We get back our Snopios. We get back our Azcan. We get back our Deep Beyond on our turn. And opponent doesn't want to see it anymore. Goaty, nuke the field. Does it again. Abath, thank you for sending in this beautiful Goaty replay. Much appreciated. You get yourself a swim for the amazing Goaty plays. Runic was there, but it barely did anything. But you know what? I'm happy with that because Goaties are the GOAT. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, on to the next game. This was sent to us by Lil Zero. Alright, now Lil Zero, you told me in your email that you sent me a video when it was about a very spicy game with Legendary Fisherman. But this is not Legendary Fisherman, and there was no Legendary Fisherman in your replays, so I'm sorry I waited too long. If you deleted the replay, it was my fault. But we get to watch whatever this is. We're negating U-Belt. We're playing Atlanteans. Atlanteans with the new ice barriers. I think that seems pretty spicy. Deep Sea Diva is a honorary ice barrier sometimes. We're negating the Dark Beckoning Beast, but opponent is not deterred. U-Bell is going to keep U-Belling, making their free negate using monsters from the hand. See, this is what I was saying, alright? Polymerization is old hat. They just put it in the extra deck. We should just get an extra deck for spells. I've been saying this, alright? This is my Yu-Gi-Oh! Innovation. Spells in the extra deck. Just imagine if you just had Poly in the extra deck, and any time you could just be like, I'm going to activate Polymerization. You don't have to draw it. You don't have to put it in your deck. Never brick with it. It's just sitting there, right there. I activate Poly. Just you know, like a skill, like a dueling skill. Just have a 1-of spell. You can have only one. And, you know, Super Polymerization, or Polymerization will be 1, not Super Poly. Super Poly would be too good. Alright, opponent, you set up your board. You got Monster Negate, you got Yoink, you got probably Pop. I wasn't paying attention. Let's see if Lil Zero can beat it. And if Lil Zero, you know, you get a swim because you didn't even mean to send this replay in. We're just watching it because you sent something else, and it was my fault. Escape of the Unchained, popping our monster, popping the Deep Sea Diva. This does not negate. Opponent not negating with the U-Bell. We get a Heavy Infantry, lets us additionally normal summon. Opponent resummoning back the Solar Rage, but we are going to finger negate. Alright, no, now negating with the finger, the Solar Rage means we stop their Yoink, but Phantom of U-Bell Monster Negate is still here. We are going to have the ability to Triple Tactics Talent though, which means that since opponent hasn't activated, we Triple Tactics Yoink their Phantom of U-Bell, and they're out of things to do. That could be the line. Is that the line? Triple Tactics Yoink. Opponent, you were getting yoinked. Welcome to Yoink Town. Population U, stealing that Phantom of U-Bell. Deep Sea, are you going to add a Deep Sea Diva to the hand? And we got an additional normal summon. Just kidding, we're adding Neptibus. Neptibus additional normal summon. Activate, send a water, add a water. Maybe Legendary Fisherman will show up later. We're going to add to the hand zone a Mermail Abyss Megalo, which we can activate, discard 2 cards. Mermail, new Mermails just came out in TCG. They're coming out in MasterDuel probably sometime in the next 6 months. They're pretty good. They got short printed in TCG. They got put all at ultra rare, but we'll see how expensive they are. I would very much love to acquire them. If I do, I will make a video where I show you guys the cards I pull. We're going to make opponent discard their Cypher and Gear Gamma, which they could not activate, and we are going to pop them. We're going to deal double attack and damage. And is this lethal damage? It is lethal damage. Very nice plays, very good field placement, very excellent dismantling of the opponent's hand. Love it. 10 out of 10 replay. Good job, Little Zero. Love to see it. And Little Zero told me in the comments, alright, I wasn't paying attention, I remember this now. Little Zero took this deck all the way to through the Duelist Cup, all the way to the level stage 2. So this is a peak Mermail deck. So Little Zero, please in the comments send us your deck list so people can see it. I know you watched the video, so post your deck list in the comments. If you can't like post it in text or something, just send me a message and I'll put it up somehow. Thank you very much. Let's go on to the next game. All right, on to the last duel today. Last sink or swim. If you send me a replay, it didn't get featured, send me another replay. All right, I don't always get to all the emails, so I'm very sorry if I didn't see your replay. But we'll try and do more sink or swims, get to more replays. So if you want to send a replay in, look at the description of the video. It's got the instructions. We are playing Geist Grinder Golem. Is this some sort of very special Goaty deck list with U-Bell? Is this U-Bell Goaties? I don't know how you U-Bell Goaty, but Geist Grinder Golem I think is a U-Bell card. Reveals a U-Bell, special summons itself. Opponent negating our effect to summon our Snopios, but the banish of the fish still happens. So that is the cost. So opponent may have negated the wrong thing here. Or Zep is coming back, and Zep is going to synchro summon a Deep Beyond. How did we summon this to the field? Reveal a U-Bell monster in your hand, special summon this card. Once per turn during the damage step. Oh wait, hold on. Opponent gave us this. This isn't ours. It went to their graveyard. Opponent gave us this Geist Grinder Golem. I was not paying attention. I deserve to be chastised in the comments. You can be mad at me, but we are nuking the field with opponent's Geist Grinder Golem that they gave us. Love to see it. Turn 0 Goaty nuke. Opponent ending with the ultimate U-Bell. Let's draw Maxi a little bit late, but we do get a Deep Beyond. Deep Beyond is here. Now what does this thing say? It says can't be destroyed by battle, you take no battle damage. But we can pop it. Are we gonna link it away? What can we do? How do we get rid of this? We get the shift. We can tribute summon. Okay, there we go. Tribute summon, synchro summon Azcan. There we go. Banish. Banish the U-Bell. Return to us the fish. Return to us the Snopios. Banish the poor sad Goaty the Deep Beyond, forever locked in the banish zone. But boost the attack points. Activate crossout to... Hold on. What is going on? Heavy Storm Duster. Destroying spell and traps. I don't understand why you did that in response to the crossout. Is this just like I'm going to concede now? We're activating this, naming our own Goaty monster so that it comes back on the opponent's next turn. Popping our opponent. Listen. Listen to me. Listen. MST does not negate, and neither does Heavy Storm Duster. Popping a spell does not negate it unless it's a continuous spell, which, you know, I'm sorry that that's the way the rules work. It's confusing, but that's the way it works. Call by the Grave. Gonna banish the Phantom U-Bell now instead of waiting till later. I guess that's fine. We're gonna attack opponent for a lot of damage. And opponent, I don't think fingering U-Bell stops this effect unless you summon it for free. So I would have waited and banished it later, because if they summon it on their turn, then on our turn they can negate. We got the Maxi to stop him from doing anything though. Are we gonna slam this in the standby phase? Opponent, Pot of Prosperity. They get to draw one. Best card from the top 6 of their deck. Nightmare Throne. Gotta be the Nightmare Throne or the Dark Beckoning Beast. Opponent getting Nightmare Throne. Opponent activating Nightmare Throne. They get to pop a U-Bell from the deck. 53% win rate. But hold on. What happened? They popped U-Bell, but nothing happened. They must not have any more U-Bells left to get. Very sad. Poor opponent. They thought they had it. They thought they drew the out, but there was no out left. Love to see it. Thank you, Protocurity, for sending this beautiful Goaty gameplay. And like I said, if you want to send in a replay, if I missed your replay, send me an email. Instructions in the description. We'll have Sink or Swim again in a couple days because I've missed it already. I felt bad. So send in your replays. We'll have another Sink or Swim in a week or so. So I'll get to all the replays that got sent between now and then. Unless there's like 100,000 of them, do as many as I can. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. I'll see you next time. Have a good night.